Hello, fellow collectors. This is the Batman statue collector, once again coming to you from my Batcave. And this episode, I'd like to take you on a quick review of a really great piece. And this is the 1/4 scale Sideshow Collectibles Dark Knight premium format. First impressions right off the bat when I took this guy out of the box, I was really impressed with how he turned out. I felt like everything about him, paint applications were very smooth. Everything looked great, and especially it looked like Christian Bale, which I feel like is incredibly important with any movie piece. You want it to look like the actor. I find, I've been a sideshow collector for many years now, and one thing about Sideshow is they produce really great things, but sometimes they're hit and miss when you actually get them in hand. Sometimes the paint applications are great, and you're like, wow, it even looks better than the prototype. Other times, though, you get it in hand, and the paint applications are awful. This is a case where I feel like he really turned out much better than expected. Um, Let me just kind of start. I'll start down here at the base. The base is very simple but very effective. I feel like this area down here, this area is reminiscent of the tumbler itself, or maybe the bat. Um, you know, Basically, just kind of techie looking. But again, really well done. It's not just simple black, which I like. It kind of brings up the base where, again, we have concrete here. Um, Looking like the streets of Gotham. I like that there's some angles to it. It's not all flat. It looks like pieces are broken off. So simple, but yet very effective in this piece. Let me show you some of the detailing of the boots. Again, it's all basically black, shades of black, but great detail. Kind of pan up here. A long time ago, I used to collect Hot Toys, the Batman pieces, and a lot of all these pieces on the Hot Toys would be rubber, and a lot of people worried about them, being destroyed down the road or decaying or whatever. But this is all one piece. This is all polystone to make it look like a suit of armor or fabric. All of these detailed areas here. It's all sculpted, very well done. And I feel like, I mentioned the Hot Toys. I feel like this is the best representation of this suit that I've ever seen. I feel like it's very accurate, very well done. It's very authentic to the movie. Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises as well. When I first saw the prototype pictures of this, I saw some behind the scenes shots. And my first initial thought was, well, this pose should be the Dark Knight Rises. It looks like he's getting ready to fight Bane. And as of posting this, there has been no word as to whether Sideshow will do a Bane figure or not. Of course, they are coming out with the Heath Ledger Joker premium format, which I do have on pre-order as well. I am a massive Heath Ledger Joker fan. He is my favorite villain of all time. And I cannot wait for that piece. And obviously, he'll be off to the side here of him. But a lot of people said, where's Bane? That looks like he should be fighting Bane. And I agree. I feel like that's just a pose right out of The Dark Knight Rises. But I do think it will, of course, complement very well to the Heath Ledger Joker on the side of him. This is the main pose that I have. I have him kind of off to the side like this. I feel like that's a really great stance. I feel like if you come over here, this is also a pretty good angle on him. I feel like he really only displays well from one of those two angles. I feel like if you get it from the side or from the front even, like if you go right to the front, it's okay. But I feel like the forward leg kind of makes it look a little bit funny. If it's like that, that's why I like to be able to see the other leg. Even though it's kind of hidden by the cape here, but I think that's just the better pose. Again, this is all one piece, all one sculpted piece, except for the base. Of course, there's a key into the base. The only attachments, of course, are the cape and the head. if we look at the cape here, this is a very velvety material. At one point, I did have the 1-to-1 scale bust of him, and I recently just sold it. But the cape is a very similar material. I think they use the same fabric. There is a very lightweight wire on the edge here I liked it real straight coming down. I like that draped look. But as you can see, that this the wire does help keep that shape over the shoulders, the shoulder armor there. So I really do like the that they put a wire in that particular piece. I mentioned in a recent review that my Michael Keaton Batman, there's no wiring, but the cape is heavier, so it definitely drapes really nice. Whereas this one has the wire. I don't think it would have draped as nice without it. So I'm really glad that Sideshow put that wire in there. I think that does a really nice job there. Head sculpt, this is a piece that does come off. That's Christian Bale, folks. There's just no questioning that's who that is. The paint application is very simple. There's not much to it, but it works. You could tell that's who that is. I just feel like there's just no doubt about who that is. But the eyes are both pointing straight ahead, which is always good. Yeah, again, just very simple, but it is Christian Bale. It's very effective. So with that said, let me grab the exclusive head. And this is the exclusive head. This is the Batman Sonar head here. And truth be told, I really didn't know this lit up. I had no idea this lit up. So I was real surprised when I saw a few other reviews and pictures. I was like, wow, that guy actually lights up. So this is what the Sonar head looks like, and I'll put him on there just so you can see the difference. So a subtle difference, some people might like to display him that way. I probably never would with the Sonar eyes, but teach their own. So anyway, I told you that it lights up, so I'll show you the difference. There is just a flick of a switch here on the very bottom, and I'll show you. This is the off, and this is the on. So a little bit of light, not a ton, very subtle, but I'll put them in there with the lights on. Give you a look of the full statue with the lights on. It is a cool look. I would never leave them on since it's battery operated, but it does look cool. There's no doubt about it. So again, let me flick it off here. That's with it on and off. So a neat feature that Sideshow put in. It's really cool that they put that in a polystone head. That's really neat. Again, I know Hot Toys did it with their figures, but it's neat to see in a polystone piece. So I'm going to take the regular head and put it back on. So again, that's kind of, all I have to say about this particular statue. I think it's very, very well done. I love the presence of it. Having Prime 1 pieces now, however, those pieces are just so massive. I mean, if you look at, the size of him right here compared to Noel there, you just really see that he's just so tiny. But I still love having him in my collection. I feel like he's very well done. It is a little different. It's not a museum pose, so it does have a lot of action to it. Paint apps are very, very well done. I haven't really heard anything bad about this piece from anyone. So I feel like if you are a Dark Knight fan or a Dark Knight Rises fan, this is a great statue for you. I wouldn't hesitate to order this, especially if you collect movie items or just a Batman fan in general. I give this particular piece, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. I feel like it's just very, very well done. You know exactly who it is. The pose is cool. It's simple, but it is the Dark Knight. There's no questioning that, and it is Christian Bale. So, this has been another review from the Batman statue collector. I hope you enjoy looking at this statue as much as I enjoy looking at it. And please subscribe. Please comment if you like what you see. And until next time, until my next review, this is the Batman statue collector, and I will see you next time.